Peace and blessings, everybody, and happy Monday. Welcome to another live here with Utopian Enterprise Business Solutions, where I help you first learn and then drop the L. That is our mission here. My name is Asia Nasir. I am your favorite nonprofit strategist, and I'm here every week to talk to you about nonprofit content and anything that is going to help you take your organization to the next level. And today is no different. We're going to be talking about a topic, as I mentioned, our focus for the end of the year is helping you achieve, making your budget or even exceeding your budget. So today is no different. We got a good one for you. We definitely have a good one for you. This topic this week is on unlocking nonprofit potential. Now, typically we talk about fundraisers and things like that. But today we're going to be talking about mastering earned revenue and the strategies in which to do that. So this is a little bit different. This is very much different. And we're going to be talking about earning money for your nonprofit, but not from your typical fundraisers and asking for donations. I mean, that we got to do. That's something that has to consistently happen each and every, month, week. We should be fundraising. We should be advocating for donations, which we should be reaching out, networking, meeting with corporate sponsors, and writing grants. So all of those things encompass, raising money for your organization to be able to fulfill your missions in real time. But today, this week, we're going to be focusing on earned revenue, which is a little bit different. And a lot of nonprofit organizations don't use this strategy. And I have 5 strategies today to help you to really master being able to find another avenue, another blue. I would say giving you the blueprint to another way of being able to earn legitimately in compliance with the IRS, being able to earn money for your nonprofit organization. So finding another stream of income to be able to fund your mission and to be able to keep you sustainable for your programs and your services that you offer the community. So I'm really excited to get into this one. um, this is just, again, I get excited when I'm sharing something that we typically don't hear all the time. It's always about fundraising, so I'm just really excited about it. So the first strategy that we're going to be talking about today, in earned income, how you can master earned income revenue for your nonprofit, is leveraging your your assets within the nonprofit organization or the expertise within your nonprofit organization. So a lot of what we do in nonprofit, you're dealing with volunteers, right? You may be dealing with volunteers, and the reason why we have volunteers is because they come with a plethora of expertise, skill sets, talents, that typically your nonprofit would have to pay for, and maybe a lot of money, but they are providing that service or that expertise or that talent to your nonprofit at no cost. Well, this is another way where you can leverage on that volunteerism from that individual by having them do something where with each volunteer identify what is their skill set. And this is why it's so important. If you look at one of my other videos, we talk about volunteer opportunities and mastering your volunteer pool. One of the strategies that I mentioned is really understanding and knowing who your volunteers are and what they bring to the table. So this is where you would identify with each of your volunteers. You would be able to identify what is their skill set, what special talent do they have, that can be monetized, right? What can be monetized? So, for example, they maybe you have someone, but you have to make sure that it aligns with your mission. It can't be something that, say, my nonprofit organization, Jessica Cares, offers empowerment programs for women. Now, we have specific programs that align with that mission. I may have a volunteer pool that has an expertise on accounting or an expertise on, something that has absolutely nothing to do or doesn't align with my mission. We couldn't monetize on that because that's different. And the IRS would look at that like, hey, you're running a for profit business under the umbrella of a nonprofit, and that's not going to be okay with them. But if it aligns with your mission where you're teaching something or educating something on a subject matter that aligns with your mission and people can pay for something like that, like, you know, offering some type of training, something that you can do with other nonprofit organizations that they'll be willing to pay for that, that would be wonderful. That's something that you can actually monetize from the expertise and talents of your volunteer pool, or even you as a founder. You may be able to do something, maybe creating an ebook. An ebook is a way that you can sit up here and educate on a particular topic and you can sell it. Whether it's on Amazon or whether it's, direct mail where they can reach out to you. But this is a way that you can have earned income, and the profits of whatever it is that you're monetizing goes back to the mission of your organization. So that way it could fund whatever it is that's necessary for your organization to be able to stay sustainable. So that's number one. That's strategy number one. Strategy number two is, now this is something that, even when I was thinking about it, I was like, this is actually, brilliant. But it doesn't fit with each and every nonprofit. But if it does, this is a great way for you to be able to strategize and finding earned revenue. So strategy number two is creating a social enterprise. Creating a social enterprise, which is a for-profit business, right? Creating a for-profit business. So I'll make it simple. I'll make it simple. I'll give you an example so that way you know exactly what I'm talking about. Say you have a nonprofit organization that, focuses on the environment, making sure that, we are recycling, making sure that, we're doing all these things to conserve the environment. You could sell products from your social enterprise, um, that are eco-friendly, or even from your own nonprofit, you can sell a product, that aligns with your mission. So if you are a eco-friendly or environmentalist nonprofit organization, you can sell products that are eco-friendly, and then those products, for people who support that and you're targeting that audience, they know that every time they purchase those products, the profit is going to a nonprofit organization that is all about conserving the environment and everything like that. So that's another way that you can monetize. That's another way that you can earn income for your nonprofit organization and keep your organization sustainable and to keep it going for your programs and services. So, strategy number three. This is one that we've seen before, but not taken advantage of as much as it should, and that's creating a membership program. Membership programs go such a long way. So when you look at the successful nonprofit organizations, right, like your St. Jude's, your ASPCA's, they have what's called recurring donations. They get money coming in each and every month. And because of those recurring donations, that's what allows them to be able to do what they do, which is provide medical services and, vet services for the animals. And there's no bill. No one has to actually pay out any out of pocket money. That is the crux of how they're able to, function. You can do the same thing through recurring donations, but in this aspect is, it's all about the give and take, right? It's all about the give and take, and we're benefiting as a nonprofit through your membership dues, but you're also benefiting. So you're taking it a step further and not just getting recurring quote unquote donations, but these dues that are coming in every single month is likened to a recurring donation. But here is where now you're giving the donor something back, through their dues. It could be something that they get a discounted price, or they get, VIP access to special events that your nonprofit, offers. Maybe there's some type of training that your nonprofit offers, or resources that your nonprofit offers that only members receive, right? Through their membership dues. There's a newsletter that goes out that no one gets except your members, and that newsletter has crucial information, upcoming information, that they are in the know about your nonprofit organization. They're the first to find out. And so there's some level of exclusivity when it comes to that membership because of them making that monthly donation or paying that membership due. They get some perks and benefits that other people don't get from your nonprofit organization. That is an amazing way for you to be able to do this. And I will say this, I'll go so far as to say this: grant funders, they like to see that you can kind of spread the wealth, that you're not just solely relying on that grant money, that you have strategized and found multiple ways in which your nonprofit will stay sustainable. They like to see that because what that tells a grant funder is that you are a well run machine. Your nonprofit is not just, if one thing doesn't turn out, you're just out, you're just out of luck. You can't run your programs, you can't run your services. No one wants to invest, and that's what a grant funder is doing. They're basically giving you money that never has to be paid back. It's kind of like an investment to say, you're doing such a good job. Our donation is going to just help you further what it is that you're doing and help you stay sustainable to keep doing the work that you're doing. Not that you are relying on us to keep doing the work that you're doing. So we are here to support that. You're doing a great job. We don't want to see it end, so we're going to give you this grant. When you can show that you have other means of income coming in, which is sponsorships, donations, recurring donations, you have your fundraiser, all of the different things that come, your individual donations, all of those things. But you also have membership dues that come in, that people come in and you provide a perk, and that's a set amount of money that you're getting every single month. Grant funders love to see that because on grant applications they ask you, how do how do you sustain yourself, what are some other means in which you're able to run your nonprofit. They want to make sure that you are doing those different type of things, so you're like killing two birds with one stone. So you're increasing your potential of getting grant funding, but you're also increasing your ability to stay sustainable without grant funding, if that makes sense. So that is strategy number three, is membership dues. And think, get your think tank together. What benefits could you offer those that would become members of your nonprofit? And make sure you understand who your donors are, what's important to them, what kind of information would they like, and get that information so when you push it out, it's something that they would gravitate to because it tugs at what is important and what they value, right? So that is strategy number three. Number four is host paid events. Host paid events. So this is something where maybe your nonprofit can host something like a conference or some type of paid event like a training or consulting, where there's going to be workshops or something like that. That is where, and then make sure that it has high value, not just your regular webinars, like something that I'm doing right now. That this is not something that you would say, hey, you need to monetize. I mean, it's valuable information. However, when your nonprofit is hosting an event where they're looking to use that earned income, the profit from it, to fund the organization, you want to make sure that that event is something that people are going to be like, why would I not want to come to something like that? So you can create something that's, beneficial to maybe the people that are in the sector of what type of nonprofit you do. So whether that's education, whether that's empowerment, whether that's STEM, whether that's, whatever it is, get some nice speakers, people coming to actually facilitate these conferences, these workshops, where people will say, oh my goodness, so and so is going to be, facilitating a workshop. Oh, this is the topic that they're going to be talking about. I can benefit from it. So these are educators in STEM, educators in empowerment, life coaches, people that, have a reputation and credibility that would attract, those that you would want to come to such a conference or, a day of workshops and things like that. So that way they can benefit from it. And the money from that paid event could be something that you could use for your nonprofit organization, and make that clear. All profits from this event will go towards this. So that way they understand the charitable cause And it brings an awareness and a visibility once again to your nonprofit, which is exactly what you want. Because then it gives you an opportunity at the conference or at this paid workshop or whatever it is that you're doing to be able to mention the mission of your organization, where the funds are going to. You may even be able to play a clip or something like that to talk about or share a testimonial where people can see, hey, and then you can add on top of that, since you come to this event and you benefited from it, how about becoming joining our membership, and now you're getting recurring donations. So you keep the money. It's not just a one and done. You want it to keep going and keep going and keep going for your nonprofit organization, because it's all about sustainability. And you can't sustain your organization on a one and done donation. It's just not going to happen. So you have to find different strategies, like what we're talking about, to be able to earn additional income aside from all of the fundraising efforts that you're doing. Last but not least, offer sponsored content opportunities. Offer sponsored content opportunities. So, what do I mean by that? Well, I have a talk show, right? Conversations with Asia. This is an opportunity. If you have a podcast, a lot of nonprofits have podcasts because they're bringing in awareness about what it is that they're doing, the sense of urgency, and what cause they're championing. They're providing resources and expert speakers coming in on their podcast or their talk show. This is an opportunity for you to be able to say, hey, we want to provide some sponsored ads, posts, videos, where, again, that aligns with your mission. I keep saying that because it has to align with your mission. If I'm doing conversations with Asia, which is my talk show, I'm not going to have a paid advertisement on a car dealership. I'm not going to do that. However, if it's a domestic violence situation, where they're hosting a special event and someone says, hey, Asia, I would love for you to, promote this upcoming event, that aligns with my mission of empowering women and young ladies, right? So that's something that would align with my mission, where for a paid sponsor, just like any other, sponsor that you get on Facebook or anything else. I'll repeat it for you. I'll repeat it for you. So you would have a sponsor that could come on there. So, you could go on commercial break, or before you end your podcast, you can actually show whatever the advertisement is for that, that business, or that entrepreneur, to promote something that aligns with your mission. And that's an earn income. And every time you do that, that is income that you're earning for your nonprofit organization. And so you make it clear that these sponsored ads is for the purpose of earning income, and the profits will go to the fulfillment of the mission of the nonprofit organization. These are strategies that are going to really be able to take you kind of outside of the box from your regular fundraisers and just asking for donations. This is where, when you're talking about earned revenue for your nonprofit, this is where not only does your nonprofit benefit, but the other person benefits as well. And those are the best deals that are able to be made. That's when you get the most, percentage of agreement, where people are like, yeah, I want to do this, because it's not only benefiting the organization, but you're giving them an opportunity to bring visibility to what they're doing, whether they're coming in as a speaker for your paid event or sponsored ad, whatever it is, you're bringing visibility to their company or whatever it is they're doing, as long as, and I'm going to say it again, as long as it aligns with your mission. So we have a viewer here. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. So you said you want me to repeat strategy number one. All right. So strategy number one was leveraging within your nonprofit organization, within your pool of volunteers, board of directors. They're already providing you their expertise, but you might be able to find leveraging and identifying their talent pool, their level of expertise in certain areas, and then you look to see, as long as it aligns with the mission of your organization, can you monetize that skill set, that expertise, or that talent? So, for example, you might have someone who is a social worker. that is a volunteer on your board. So I'm just using my nonprofit because it's just the easy go-to. My nonprofit is an organization that works to empower young girls, teen girls, and women to build up their self-esteem and sense of self-worth. Say we have a social worker on our board, and we want to be able to talk about resources that are available, that are not you don't know about it well, but they have an expertise on how to be able to tap into these social services, so that way our girls and our women from our organization can benefit from. She might say, look, I'm going to write an ebook, which is the ABCs into whatever. That is something that then our members, for a nominal price, or a sponsor, instead of paying, say, hey, I'm going to buy these ebooks for the mothers or whatever, and that's an earned income. So it's identifying skills and an expertise that you can monetize to earn income for your nonprofit organization. So once again, it has to align. So if you're running an organization, say, athletic program for kids, but there's an empowerment piece to it. You're not going to do a training or some type of workshop or consulting on how to buy cars or credit repair. That has nothing to do with an alignment. And you can get in a lot of trouble, Jenia. You can get in a lot of trouble because if the IRS finds out, hey, you're monetizing income that doesn't have anything to do with your nonprofit, they're going to look at it like you're running a for profit business under the umbrella of a nonprofit, and they don't like that. So you don't want to have your 501c3 revoked. So make sure, and this is why I keep repeating that, make sure that whatever earned income that you're doing, it is in alignment with your nonprofit. So even these paid events that I'm telling you, make sure that it is information, it's workshops that are in alignment with your nonprofit. These paid ads is in an alignment with your nonprofit, so that way they understand that everything, even the IRS, they're seeing, well, they're raising money for their nonprofit, but everything is in alignment with the mission. So your collaboration partnerships with sponsored ads and everything, it's still in alignment with your mission. So I hope I answered that for you. But that is, so strategy number one is just leveraging the assets and within your pool of volunteers in your organization, and identifying their expertise or talents that you can monetize as long as it aligns with your mission. And that's a great way. And you can monetize it by creating ebooks, training workshops, or consulting, something like that, that can provide additional income for your nonprofit. And that income that comes in is given to your nonprofit organization to help you be able to sustain your programs. So if you could just put in there, I answered the question for you, or was able to explain that to you, that'd be great. I just want to make sure you don't walk away from this live and you're like, I'm really not understanding strategy number one. So let me just recap really quick before we leave the 5 strategies, so that way you as a nonprofit organization can really unlock your potential of obtaining revenue earned revenue, which is different from raising funds. So here are the 5 strategies. Is, as I mentioned before, leveraging your assets. Great, Jenny, great. So leveraging your assets and your expertise within your nonprofit, and seeing if you can identify what those levels of expertise are, so that way you can monetize it, granted that it aligns with your mission. Number 2 is creating possibly a social enterprise. So I gave the example of a nonprofit that is for the environment. You can sell eco-friendly products to those. Obviously, that's a targeted audience. So when they purchase it, the income that you receive from that goes towards the mission of your nonprofit organization to further its mission, right? Again, you see the alignment. Our nonprofit's mission is to conserve the environment. We're selling eco-friendly products. Again, it's an alignment. And so that income can then go towards championing your cause for your nonprofit organization. Number 3, creating membership programs, creating membership dues. It could be, you can even have tiers, different tiers. You get different things. If you have just one membership, then these are the benefits and the perks that you get. And again, that income from the membership dues actually goes towards your nonprofit organization. Strategy number 4 is host paid events. whether that's a conference, whether that's a paid, day of a workshop, but make sure it's high value and that it's something that's going to attract an audience that aligns with your mission, that they're going to be like, wow, I want to make sure that I attend that event because that's going to be beneficial to my nonprofit organization. So you can do paid events. So that way, the income coming from those paid events, whoever attends, there's a registration fee. That those fees goes back to the nonprofit organization. And last but not least, strategy number 5 is sponsored content. So if you have a podcast or if you have a talk show or something like that, you can have sponsored ads where you can, they can pay for it and they can post up ads, videos, and anything like that. And again, as long as it aligns with your mission, so that way now there's a give and take. You're benefiting from the paid ads for your nonprofit, and they're benefiting as well because you are advertising their products or services that they provide or resources. So that way people can be aware of what they do, granted that it aligns with your mission. So that is what I wanted to share with you today as it relates to nonprofit content and making sure that we end 2023 with innovative ways, some different, aspects and avenues and streams of income to be able to meet your budget. We got 2024 coming in a month and a half. You got your programs and you have your services that you want to continue to provide. Don't wait. Be proactive and start taking some of these strategies and making it work for your nonprofit organization. Because what you don't want to do is wait until January to say, look, we need this amount of money to be able to fund our programs. And now you have this lag in services and programs that you're offering because you don't have the funding. This is the time in fourth quarter to make sure that you are using strategies that's really going to be able to help you. And I'm hoping that the 5 strategies that I share with you today, you can take 1 or 2 of them and really leverage, you being able to master earned revenue for your nonprofit organization and not only hit your annual budget, but possibly even exceed it. So that is all for today. I will be back next Monday to be able to share another topic of nonprofit, information that you can benefit to further your mission. Make sure that this is a new week. Make sure that you make an impact each and every day, no matter how small it is. Make a difference in someone's life and align with your mission in creating that impact that you want to have for your community. So, talk to you soon. We'll see you next week.